The camera opens on flashing lights, music pounding like thunder inside a glass mansion perched above the city. Champagne spills, diamonds glisten, but behind every smile, there's something hollow. Then we see Amara Blake, 33, elegant in a midnight blue gown, the youngest self-made female CEO in the country. Her company dominates the luxury tech world, and her name shines brighter than the skyline. Yet, her eyes, tired, distant, tell another story. She raises a glass for a toast, her assistant whispering figures about the company's upcoming merger. Amara smiles, perfect and practiced. But her hand trembles slightly. The noise around her fades, the lights blur, and as laughter echoes, her body gives in. The room spins, her vision fades to black. And when she wakes up, the glass chandeliers are gone. She's lying on a cold floor, oil stains on concrete, the air filled with the scent of metal and grease. A small voice beside her whispers, "You okay, lady?" Amara blinks, confused, seeing a little girl, messy hair, grease-stained cheeks, about 7 years old, holding a small wrench and staring at her with concern. That's where it begins. A woman who had everything, wakes up in the world of someone who has nothing. But the one with nothing might just be the one to save her. Chapter 1: The Fall and the Stranger. Amara sat up slowly, her head throbbing. Her gown was torn, her diamond earrings gone, her phone missing. She looked around, panic flaring, a cluttered mechanic's garage, with half-repaired cars, flickering bulbs, and a metal door rattling in the wind. The little girl handed her a small cup of water. "Daddy says you fainted outside. He carried you in." Amara blinked again, trying to remember. The party, the champagne, the reporters, the laughter that felt like mockery. Then, nothing. "Where's your father?" she asked, voice weak. A man emerged from under a car, tall, rugged, in his late 30s, wearing a dirty gray shirt and oil-smeared jeans. His hands looked like they could crush steel, yet when he spoke, his voice was gentle. "I'm Liam Carter," he said. "Mechanic. You were passed out by the roadside last night. Didn't know who you were till I saw your face on the morning news." Amara stared at him, horrified. "You've seen the news." He nodded. "They're saying the Ice Queen CEO collapses at gala." Her heart sank. Her world, perfect, pristine, powerful, now felt shattered. She tried to stand but stumbled. Liam caught her by the arm, steady but respectful. "Easy," he said. "You've been out for hours. You might need a doctor." "I'm fine," she lied. "I just need to get back." But there was no back. Her phone was gone, her car nowhere to be seen, and the world she ruled suddenly felt unreachable. As she sat on an old stool, the little girl, Mia, drew something on a piece of cardboard, a smiling stick figure with curly hair and a fancy dress. "That's you," Mia said proudly. "You look like a princess, but you were crying in your sleep." Amara froze. She didn't remember crying. But somehow, this child had seen through her perfectly built armor. Later, Liam offered her toast and tea. She refused at first, but hunger won. The bread was simple, the tea bitter, but it was the most real thing she'd tasted in years. Outside, rain started to fall. She watched through the cracked window as Mia chased raindrops with a laugh so free it almost hurt. Amara, for the first time, didn't think about her company, her wealth, or her broken image. She thought about what it meant to live, something she hadn't done in a long time. But soon, reality came knocking, literally. A black SUV pulled up outside. Her company's board members stepped out, faces cold as stone. "Miss Blake," one of them said. "The merger's off. The shareholders have lost faith. You're being removed as CEO effective immediately." Amara felt her world crumble. All her power, stripped away, in a garage, in front of a mechanic and his little girl. But Liam didn't look at her with pity. Only quiet understanding. Sometimes, losing everything is the only way to see what you really have. Chapter 2: The Rise from the Dust. Days passed. The media spun stories, her investors turned their backs, and Amara's mansion stood empty. With nowhere else to go, she stayed at the garage, helping out just to keep her mind busy. At first, she was useless, breaking tools, smudging her clothes, complaining about grease. But Liam never laughed. He just said, "Failure's just step one of learning." Mia adored her. She'd sit beside Amara while she worked, telling stories of her late mother, a nurse who used to dream of opening a small clinic. The girl's optimism pierced through Amara's pain. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the rusted rooftops, Amara confessed, "I thought money could fix everything. Turns out it only hides the cracks." Liam wiped his hands, looked her in the eye, and said softly, "Money can build walls, but love builds homes. You just forgot what home felt like." Those words stayed with her. Weeks turned into months. Amara began helping locals fix old vehicles for free, using her business sense to organize parts, improve the shop, and attract customers. The community that once saw her as untouchable now saw her as one of them. She even launched a small program, Wheels for Hope, repairing cars for struggling families. The story caught the attention of local media. But this time, it wasn't CEO scandal headlines. It was disgraced millionaire helps hundreds rebuild lives. Her heart swelled with something she hadn't felt in years, peace. Then, one day, Liam's shop got an unexpected visitor, a major investor who had once betrayed Amara. He said, "Your downfall made headlines. But your comeback story, it's changing people. Let's rebuild your company, your way this time." Amara paused. She looked at Liam, then at Mia, whose eyes shone with pride. "I already have a company," she said, smiling. "It just doesn't make billions, it makes a difference." She turned down the offer. Months later, Amara, Liam, and Mia stood outside the newly renovated garage, now a hybrid workshop and community center for women learning auto repair and business skills. A sign above read, "Rebuilders, where broken things find new life." The story ends as Mia tugs Amara's sleeve and says, "See, you're still a princess. But now, you fix things instead of wearing crowns." Amara kneels, tears in her eyes, whispering, "No, sweetheart, you're the real princess. You taught me what royalty really means, kindness." The camera pans out, the once untouchable CEO now smiling under the same stars she once ignored, surrounded by laughter, oil stains, and love. Because sometimes, you have to lose your kingdom, to find your heart.